Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Redeemables, a podcast where we watch movies that scored 50 or below on the Metacritic scale, and we decide to either redeem them or nail them to the cross.
The cross.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My name is Kenny, and today I'm joined by an ex-Navy SEAL who now trains elite CIA assassins from his cabin in the woods. It's BJ.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's the coolest one, yes.
And, of course, we've also got an ex-CIA operative that now builds his own nukes and tries to blow up entire militaries.
Fuck
Duff.
yeah. Ghost.
Ghost. Yes, Ghost.
I'm a
Ghost.
Ghost.
Can't say too much.
Patrick Swayze, Whoopi Goldberg.
Pottery.
Me and Ken are gonna make a couple of bowls together.
We're not doing Ghost. I don't like Ghost. It's a tough watch. It's not great. So this week I've gone with an old classic genre, the CIA action thriller.
Yeah.
We've seen many of them before.
It's our wheelhouse.
This one's a relatively new one, American Assassin.
That day on the beach, it changed you. You want revenge. What'd you think? You're gonna jump from cell to cell taking out terrorists?
For starters, yeah.
Our people here like your agenda, Mitch. I know exactly what to do with you.
So what do I need to know about this guy?
He's a warrior. One of the best I've ever known.
Some bad things happen to you. Now you want to go kill terrorists, am I right?
Out there, it's about the mission, not about you.
Slice a man's throat right here like this.
He's testing through the roof. Speed, focus. He's off the charts.
I've seen off the charts before.
Not like this.
You think you're special? Never, ever let it get personal. What is it you think we do here?
Kill people who need to be killed.
American Assassin is a 2017 American action thriller film directed by Michael Cuesta and starring Dylan O'Brien, Michael Keaton, Sanaa Lathan, Shiva Nigar, be careful with that one tonight, and Taylor Kish.
I'm a Kish guy.
I'm a Kish guy too.
Fucking Kish guy.
Kish me anytime you want, anywhere you want.
And it's based on a novel. It's based on Vince Flynn's 2010 novel of the same name.
Okay, I love that shit.
Well, there's more to it than that.
Yes.
This is like what's the Jack Ryan? Is that the novel?
Jack Ryan.
This is Vince Flynn's version of that. There's like 15 of these fucking books.
Oh, really?
Did not know until I did the research for this pod.
Yeah.
So
who reads books, right?
Who cares? It's a dead media.
Oh, fuck.
But there's like 15 of these things,
Yeah,
and
wow.
they just pick one, like they do sometimes when there's like I think the Jack Ryan
Reacher.
or Reacher. So
Reacher's,
that's a great
that's-
example.
yeah.
Great example. Well done, Duff.
Thank you.
The wiki plot is
Peaked early.
I read the dead form of media. Dead media.
dead media. No, you got an e-reader. That's not quite dead. Yeah, it's
It's
a screen.
what killed books, actually. If you're honest.
So-
I've got a family vendetta. It's a long story.
That's right. You used to own a library.
Yeah, but now I can move 1,000 books.
My mum had a bookstore for 16
bookstore,
years.
not a library. Well, library, bookstore.
Yeah, I had a library because my mum had a bookstore
Yeah,
for
there
16
you
years.
go. It all comes around. So the wiki plot for American Assassin is the story is centered on a young CIA Black Ops recruit, Mitch Rapp, who helps a Cold War veteran try to stop the detonation of a rogue nuclear weapon.
Righto.
Simple stuff. Let's
Yeah.
keep it short and sweet.
Who's the Cold War veteran?
That's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Is
I don't
it
know if
Cold
that's
War?
the
Is
most
it Cold-
relevant thing on his resume myself.
Like
Is
he
it
was
Cold War
around
veteran?
during the Cuba.
Yeah.
When
Older.
was the Cuba? Wasn't that JFK? Wasn't it 70s?
No. It wasn't that old, was it?
It went for a while.
Cuba was the 90s, wasn't it?
Cuba, no.
Early
Cuban
90s.
Missile Crisis, I believe, was the... let's not do this.
Nah.
But it was
JFK is the one that fucking sorted it out.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's the 60s.
Yeah,
That's
that's fucking
why they
old.
killed him.
What's he saying? This is a Cold War vet then?
That's
No, that's you're talking about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
The Cold War's the Russia thing.
Yeah,
the-
Cold War. Yeah.
I fucking peaked early with the books.
We know our wars. Jeez, we know our wars.
Oh,
don't
come
we?
to us. Welcome to revisionist history with the Redeemables. Yeah.
So the Cold War is called Cold War because it was cold?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they finished it by dropping a nuke on Pearl Harbor.
Yes,
Oh.
correct.
Yeah.
Which war was like
and then they
bricklayers,
invaded
like-
Ukraine. And there's something to do with Palestine in there as well, but I'm not 100%.
No one's actually voted.
Are they like brick layers? They don't work in the rain? They don't war in the rain? I wouldn't war in the rain. If it was raining.
I wouldn't war at all.
Yeah, I would.
I'm not that guy.
I would do some fucking war.
I would rather get shot than get that, like, you know when your socks get wet
Yeah, fucking
in the
wet
jungle
foot.
and you can't get them dry for like days?
Yeah, no.
It's happened to me before and it sucks.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get shot.
Oh, you know what? If I didn't eat lunch until 12:15, I'd want to be shot.
Yeah.
Or I'd start shooting. I would be the ultimate killing machine.
You get grumpy. You get cranky.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, you get really
you
cranky.
deny me lunch until 12:30, I'll just start snapping necks and cashing checks.
I had a delivery driver today tell he gets back to his truck and I was walking past and he says, "Oh, I just unloaded like 4 trolleys and I've got the shakes because I haven't had my lunch yet." It was 12:10.
Except I say it really aggressively.
I've got the shakes.
He's got the shakes.
Is that
Because he
'cause
unloaded 4 trolleys without having lunch. I was like, when do you normally have lunch? 12. Fucking so you're 10 minutes over and
you've got the shakes. You nearly passed out.
That's why I carry barley sugars in my pocket.
So ridiculous. Do you guys want some studio marketing taglines?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1, there's 7 of them,
Oh, Jesus.
but you'll know what I mean, how ridiculous 5 of them are.
Yeah. 7 of them for a movie no one's
So
ever heard
I'm
of.
going to start with what I think is probably a good proper one, and then end with a proper one, and in between there's 5 that are just, what the fuck, is someone just spitballing here? Anyway, so number 1 is assassins aren't born, they're made.
Okay.
I didn't mind that because
Like point guards.
and it's got a couple of different plays on it because they're made as in they killed his loved one and he becomes an assassin, but they're also made because he goes and trains with the Cold War veteran.
Yes.
So there's a couple of different meanings for made there, which I liked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'll do the 5 ridiculous ones. I'm going to rattle them off. Ready? It takes one to make one. It takes one to uncover one. It takes one to recruit one. It takes one to betray one. It takes one to kill one.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
And they're all
They're always riffing on a theme.
They're on various posters and
Also,
shit like that.
It takes one to kill one. I fucking love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind that. The other ones suck.
Now, number 7, which is the other kind of longer one, they took everything from him. Now he's taking it back.
It just doesn't work
And
logistically.
it's too vanilla. It's if you could just know every action thriller ever.
It takes one to kill one.
They really took one thing from
You really
him.
like that
I
one?
fucking love it.
It takes one to kill one.
I don't mind it.
Because
either.
it's like it's literally takes an
American
assassin
assassin.
to
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
an assassin.
Yeah.
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 Okay. I'm happy with that. I like the first one. The assassins aren't born, they're made.
I don't mind it, but I'm with Duff.
Okay.
I agree with Duff on that one.
All right.
I couldn't even fucking tell you what the other 4 were.
No stress.
It takes one to know one, I think so. Or
It takes one to uncover one. That
He who smelt
sucks.
it dealt it.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, stats. First, we have the budget. What do you guys reckon? It's pretty good looking.
This is the first time that I've watched a movie and considered the budget at all.
Okay.
Because I was like, this is in several different places.
Yeah.
They went there.
Yep.
And
They went to most of the places.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Actually, I'll help you.
Or they went
didn't
to
go to
Libya.
Istanbul was one of the places. They didn't go there.
Oh.
Yeah. They just shot it in, I don't know,
Okay.
wherever.
What's it like,
Milwaukee.
stock footage or whatever?
It's the most Middle Eastern looking American city. I couldn't think of one. Definitely not
Milwaukee.
Kansas City.
It's actually pronounced Milwaukee.
Kansas. And there was a very significant special effects sequence at the end.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, fucking wasn't there.
So I think they spent some money on it. I'm going to go $60 million.
Okay.
I'll go 50.
All right. Both way over.
Okay.
Over.
It's actually pretty cheap. It was 33 mil.
That's a bargain.
Yeah, which I thought they did really well with.
I mean, that sounds like the actors got fucking screwed.
they probably did.
I don't think
Keaton wouldn't have been a
Keaton's
long
getting
shoot.
$8 million a movie.
Wouldn't have been a long shoot for Keaton. He didn't have any like overly physical stuff in it. Really, he wasn't part of any of the big set pieces, was he? But the big set pieces, he wasn't really in them.
No,
They're the ones that take days.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's on the street a couple of. I don't know.
No,
Maybe I'm just.
A lot of it was from he was.
I think
running his
He was in a
remotely.
room, or
Yeah.
he's remote, or he's
In
at
a
his
helicopter?
in a helicopter. Yeah.
which is a green room.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 33 mil. I thought they did really well.
Yeah,
The visual
absolutely.
effects at the end were a little sketchy, but I'm okay with that for 33 mil. Wasn't bad.
I thought it was fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I thought it was
had a lot of
great.
standard,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you guys reckon it did at the GBO, the Global Box?
Not much.
Okay.
I think this unfortunately came and went.
It definitely went to the cinemas because my wife saw it at the cinemas, came home and said, hated that, you'll love it.
Yes.
I've
Best
actually
letterbox review.
Very odd film for her to go and see.
I've seen it at the cinemas.
Yeah.
I remember that very much, and I don't remember a lot of people being in there.
Yeah.
And funny
Well,
enough,
it's got no real big selling points. It's all been done before. There's
Yeah.
nothing new here.
Yes.
And it's like Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton. It's not fucking Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington.
well, the reason I went to see it because Dylan O'Brien's in it, and I love him in Teen Wolf.
Yeah, don't we all?
I'm going to say it did $88 million globally.
How much did it cost?
33.
33 double. That's
Fuck, you're almost to the dollar, Duff. It did 67 mil.
Right.
oh wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It
just
had
said
a-
double because I had no fucking idea.
It had a Metacritic of 45, so only just below.
Yeah.
And the user review was 62. So not a wide spread there. The people didn't react to it as I thought. I actually thought that this film was going to score a lot higher than that because when I said I haven't really heard many people say a bad word about it.
Yeah.
But maybe just no one's overly enthralled by
I'm
it.
going to say there's not going to be anyone who's overly passionate about it.
No, so maybe 3
Well,
stars.
Stick
I mean,
around.
62 is 3 stars. Maybe that's about what it is.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll find out at the end when we do our own ratings.
Yeah, that's right.
This one was rated MA. Actually, that was the other thing that surprised me. So I did Pandorum a few weeks back. That was my last choice or whatever.
No one remembers.
Well, Pandorum had 200,000 or 250 odd thousand ratings on IMDb. This you would suspect is a much more highly watched film than Pandorum.
Definitely, it was.
This only has 94,000 ratings.
Yeah, so
No
no
No one's watching it.
Yeah.
No one's taken the time to log in. No one felt strongly about it either
Hasn't
way.
moved anybody.
Yeah, shame. So it's rated MA, guys, for strong violence throughout,
Yes.
some torture, language, and brief nudity.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, there's
think
not some
we s-
torture.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think the nudity was perhaps the
Beach.
working woman in, I don't know what you're allowed to call them anymore.
Oh, yeah,
You're allowed to
the-
say prosy?
Sex worker.
Sex worker.
Can you not say prostitute anymore?
Let's just say the
You know what,
oldest,
Duff, you can say whatever you
the
want.
oldest profession.
Trump's back, man. You can say whatever you want.
Not this again.
No, but no, I think she was briefly nude in the hotel room, was she not?
So I don't have a
recall.
prostitute in the back of my car. I have a sex worker. Oh, perfect.
A dead one in the boot. All right, guys, come on, clean it up. Critic reviews, you want them?
No.
Here we go. Kate Taylor from the Globe and Mail. She said...
That's where Superman works, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. This one was the Toronto Globe and Mail.
Oh, it definitely doesn't work there.
She said, this movie is not just badly executed, it's also stupid. And she gave it 12.
She needs to relax.
Yeah.
She fucking.
Hated it.
It's
Yeah.
not really done well, and it's
And it's
stupid.
just stupid.
It sounds like a 5th grader fucking teasing someone.
Yeah. Robbie,
Your mum's poor and you're stupid.
you stupid idiot. Robbie Collin from The Telegraph, he said, American Assassin seems to have a certain target audience in mind, and it's probably not one you'd want to be considered a part of.
Oh, no.
And I took that personally.
I took it very far.
Sorry, what was that name again?
Yeah, Robbie Collin, without the S, weirdly
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's not a thing. Robbie Collin. And he gave it a 20, that asshole.
Yep.
Getting
Getting a tweet from me
Yeah, write it down.
on Blue Sky.
I'm going to buy him.
Did you cross over? No, it's
no,
pronounced
no.
Blueski.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Blueski. The next one is Randy Cordova from Arizona Republic.
I like his name. Surely he's got a good thing to
It
say.
is a good name,
Arizona
Randy
and
Cordova.
the Republic.
It's all around. It's all around generic, made notable by its weirdly schizophrenic tone. Well, yeah. Sometimes it strives to be a character-driven thriller in the Jason Bourne mold. In other moments, it goes for the over-top action and violence, but it's never very exciting.
Those two things aren't necessarily too far apart from each other, so I don't have much of an issue with that.
Yeah, well, that's what was weird. I actually don't mind some of the things he said. I was like, yeah, okay, fair play. But then he goes, sometimes it's Jason Bourne, but then sometimes it's like over-the-top action and violence. I'm like, and Jason Bourne's pretty...
those
I
two
suppose
things are-
Jason Bourne's pretty grounded.
Jason Bourne is
Yeah,
sleek.
maybe it's not over-the-top, is it, Jason Bourne?
Yeah,
It's adrenaline filled, but it's very
This is a
it's
big
very
Dodge
grounded.
Ram and
Yeah.
fucking
Okay, so-
Jason
okay.
Bourne's a Lamborghini.
All right,
The
Randy.
term over the top's doing a lot of the heavy lifting there because
Yes.
like that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you know, it's not like the two tones were so far apart from each other.
This does have some very Bourne moments. It just seems
Yeah.
like a what would you call it? Like a Bourne light. Yeah.
I didn't-
LITE. Born
I didn't see
Light.
any similarities to Bourne apart from the CIA world.
No, a couple of the fight scenes, they're very visceral. And they're very like hand-to-hand combat, smash rooms apart,
Boat.
single shot, shot
Yeah.
from the side with no fancy trickery. Anyway, we'll get to that as we break it down. Last review was Randall Colburn from Consequence, whatever the fuck that is. He said,
bad, actually.
Is it Consequence?
Yeah,
What is it?
It's like a music and
Okay.
film thing.
Yeah, right. What is it? Consequence of making art. We're going
I
to
think it's
critique
called
it.
Consequence of Sound, and they just started calling it Consequence.
Okay. All right. Sorry to Consequence. Seems I've hit a nerve with BJ.
Hey, look, I'm not a massive fan. I happen to just follow them on social media, and they
Alright.
haven't banned me yet, which means they must be going okay.
Yeah, fuck. That's rare.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty aggressive online.
Pretty aggressive online. I'm going to write that on your tombstone. A great man, but was pretty aggressive online.
Yes,
Loved Sonic the Hedgehog.
Should we talk about the draft at some
in
point?
the minisode.
Anyway. Randall Colburn from Consequence says, American Assassin never transcends the exploitation at its core. 25.
Who's getting exploited? The audience. The plot.
Exploiting the theme of like revenge after your wife gets murdered, I guess, but like welcome to fucking action cinema. Like, yeah. Give me a better reason to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if she got shot in the leg and she was okay.
Yeah.
That's the That's the ending that I saw. What did you? What
Yeah,
did you
she's
say?
alive.
No, she's one of the terrorists. She's in on the whole thing.
She's got one of those fake beards. She pulls it off.
What did you guys make of this? How did you go with it? What was your general feeling?
Can I give you my very, very first impressions? And I hate to start here with a bit of a complaint, but I watched this on Prime.
Yes.
You know, Prime have introduced ads, and I didn't.
Oh fuck you!
7 fucking ads, man.
I got it. I had it as well.
7, man.
I got him in the middle of the movie. as
man,
well.
I got more ads in the middle.
It was my first
Did you have
experience with Prime with ads.
Same.
I bought the premium Prime, but I still get it.
Oh, okay, fucking moneybags over
But
here.
I still
Jesus,
get.
must be
You still
nice.
get ads, but you only
Wait,
get
what?
one ad, and it was right during the.
Wait, you pay premium, you still get an ad.
one. You get
In
one
the
ad.
middle or
in
at
the
the start?
middle, right at the fucking middle.
It's an infomercial for knives that can chop through shoes. It goes for 15 minutes.
I can cop an ad at the start if it's to advertise their other content.
But man, play
like
nine.
we've got a new show coming out. Whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Play
Is
nine
Apple-
fucking
Apple-
ads.
That's what I had for a while, and Apple do that. You
Apple
can
do
skip
that,
it. You
and
can
I actually
skip
don't
on
mind
Apple.
it with Apple because it's like, oh shit, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Don't put it halfway through the fucking movie.
Man, it was jarring.
There's a reason I have fucking streaming. It's
Yeah.
not to have fucking.
There's a reason I'm not
ads.
watching this on Channel 7.
Ask-
Pretty fuckheads.
Ask how many times I've watched 10 plays, 7 plus, and 9 fucking whatever the fuck that is. I'll tell you how many fucking times I've watched that. None.
None.
Because I can't handle the fucking ads. Can't even skip them.
Where do you watch The Amazing Race then?
What's The Amazing Race is on fucking
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Boom.
Some
I love Bo. I love anything Bo does.
some fucking asshole in Silicon Valley has gone, you know what? We just keep putting the prices up. They're quitting the service.
Yeah.
So how do we maintain the same price but still make fuckloads more money because $8 billion profit isn't enough? We want $10 billion profit.
Yeah.
And so he goes, you know what? Keep it the same price. Let's sell ads.
Ad
and then we'll
space.
tell them, hey guys, we're not putting the price up this year. There's got a few ads in there, but we're not putting the price up this year.
7 fucking ads. You know, it has the timer
fucking
countdown
assholes.
that tells you.
Don't-
It was like 4.5 minutes of
Yeah.
ads.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
No, it was that long. Oh yeah, I got
Mine
the
I
was-
same
was
thing.
outraged.
Mine
I
was
went on a
30
vengeance
seconds,
ride.
just
One of the ads was 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
On mine.
Dude,
What is it?
2.5
A
minute
fuck-
ad. I
Since
didn't watch
then,
it.
I've
I
been-
left the room.
I've been training to become an undercover CIA agent. Find out who's responsible for this. I've been in close hand-to-hand combat. I learned
Jesus
Arabic.
fucking
That
Christ.
may or may not come in handy. Who knows?
Because it's fucking weird,
Very
right?
likely
Like you pay the extra. Because mine just came up as an option. Do you want to pay the extra? Get rid of the ads. Of course I do.
I gotcha.
And then they still play the fucking one ad. It goes for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't
Not
like
4.5 minutes.
I recently
30 seconds is enough.
I recently started paying for YouTube Premium because I've become a bit of a YouTube guy. Which
Okay.
is I've always hated YouTube guys, but I think I've become what I hate.
Where Ben Shapiro does his best work.
It's my main channel. It's my main channel. But yeah, I paid for the YouTube Premium. They got me. They fucking beat me down
Yep.
over
how they
years
do it.
of going, here's a 30-second ad, here's a 1 minute ad, here's a fucking 4 minute ad. And before you know it, it's a sit and I go, fuck you, YouTube, you got me. Here's
Yep.
my $25. Get rid of the ads. And Amazon's going to do the same thing. I can just feel it. I can feel it. I'm going to be paying that.
We're
premium.
over a barrel, people. Anyway,
Fuck. So the movie.
there was a movie after that.
After the fucking
That was a
movie
4.5
length
minute
ads.
whinge about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah. It's good to speak about these things.
The way that
Get
it
it out.
starts, that's what this is for. The way that this starts, I'd seen it before. And
Congrats.
So, yeah. So I wasn't thrown by the.
No, you just really announced it.
It wasn't a whole thing.
I've
Seen it before.
Nobody else saw my hunt.
This is my second viewing.
For those listening, he put his arms out like a god.
I'm filibustering. I'm filibustering.
All right, go, sorry.
If I hadn't of though, the opening is just so light and bright and like sweet and happy, but ominous somehow. And was it ominous because I'd seen it before, or was it ominous because of the way they did it?
I feel like it was because I don't remember the first time I watched it. I was shocked.
Okay,
when that first happens.
All right.
Yeah.
I couldn't recall. So
I think
I was
now
just waiting for
maybe
that shit
the
to go down.
Ominity. Is that a word?
Ominousness?
Ominousness
I don't know.
comes from the fact that you know what's about to happen.
When he goes spend the rest of my life with me, I was like,
1 minute.
he's got about a fucking minute.
Not much of a commitment.
That opening scene we should really spend a bit of time on because it is. Well, first of all, it's fucking harrowing.
Oh man,
harrowing.
it's fucking.
Dude.
You know,
Yeah.
it's my biggest nightmare of going like somewhere and that happening.
Well, this isn't even.
Yeah.
This is like Ibiza. It's not even like
They're
they're
in
on
Spain,
the.
yeah.
They're just in Spain. So it's
Yeah.
not like they're on the the coast of
Turkey.
Hawaii
a
or
war torn African nation. Like it's like it's in Spain. It's in
They're all-
Ibiza, the most popular party island in the world, basically.
And it just really upsets me that the coolest bartender in the world gets shot first because he is making a strong drink. Can I have that strong? Sure can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing well, isn't he?
shot.
Not that strong, hombre.
I want something that'll blow my brains out.
Very good.
I
sorry.
remember seeing this movie at the cinemas.
Oh, man.
And then that's it.
That would have been a lot to take
How
in.
weird. I'd not watched it since. And then rewatching it, fuck, I just had the time of my fucking life.
Great. I'm glad.
And that fucking first
Did you
scene?
remember the opening scene? that they
I
shoot at
remember
the
the fucking, that's always stuck with me.
beach? Oh, fuck. How
After
did
that-
not?
Yeah.
After that first scene, I remembered fucking nothing.
Yeah.
I had a whole thing of, I thought Michael Keaton ended up being a bad guy and like he double crosses it now.
Yeah.
I'm watching a fucking different movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fucking.
That's
but
how I
that
watch
first
most
scene,
movies on the
I
rewatch.
fucking remember that first scene.
It makes an impact. It's
really
up there
something.
with Law Abiding Citizen. It's just like just massive kick in the dick stuff.
I think
Yeah. It's very because of the way it's shot. It's incredibly immersive because it's
Yes.
basically a single take or a single shot, whatever you want to call it, continuous shot.
it's just a fucking crab shoot
And
as
it's
well.
from the
fucking
it's
insane.
basically like a side-on continuous shot, kind of like what we've seen in Extraction in recent years,
Yeah.
like that sort of thing.
Because I knew it was coming. I liked watching the boats coming in.
yes,
I was just
Same.
watching that going there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I
There
was
they
watching
are.
them. Yeah, because I was trying to remember how they arrived.
all by boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was just, as you said, it was so well shot. Even little things that could have been a little bit gimmicky, like the bullets like flying through the pool and shit, that just looked dope.
Man, I actually made a note. The bullet holes in the flesh of the tourists or the beachgoers or whatever, I think that's as good as bullet holes have ever looked on the screen before. It's a weird.
Do you
Like
think
they look
do you think
so real?
Is it all CGI? Because that's not
I
blood
think the bullet
splat.
holes were.
Yeah,
I think it was all
'cause they were
CGI.
fucking-
Yeah, I think they've
her
added
bullet
that.
hole in the chest was.
That's what I
legit.
mean, that
and
one,
it's like
man.
a proper bullet hole. It doesn't bleed profusely straight away.
No,
Like,
it
it takes
just
some
kinda
time to
trickles out of-
fucking.
Yeah,
get
it
going.
was really something. That does stay with you. That scene.
Oh.
It's harrowing, but it's kind of like
You know what I wanted to happen? He gets a drink. The terrorist comes. He survives. She's fucking clever and just swims out into the ocean. She survives. Roll credits.
yeah, that's not bad actually. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Good
It's
scenery.
just the director's cut.
Yeah.
And then, check this out. He has been shot. He goes into the water to try and rescue her. She's
Shark.
bleeding. Sharks.
Yeah. Meg.
Mega shark.
We're cooking, man.
Girl gets eaten, slowly digested in her body.
I don't mind
perfect.
it. I don't mind it.
Perfect
Hey,
movie.
do you reckon that bit of the film, in terms of the actual, I don't know, do you reckon that's the peak of the film?
Yes.
The first 5 minutes?
Because the way I seen it, that's all I remembered.
Yeah.
It clouded the rest
But
of the
is that
movie.
just because of how harrowing
I
it is?
believe-
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
one of my biggest fears.
Yeah,
of,
I
like-
think it might actually be the peak of the film in terms of the actual like the way it's shot, the production, where it's set, the act, like everything about it, I thought this is the best part of the film. It's the hardest part to watch, because it's fucking awful.
Yeah,
but I think it's the best bit of the movie.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
It actually felt like a bit, maybe a different director, but then you see the fight scenes a bit later on. There's two different ones in the hotels, in the hotel rooms, and you get that same thing again.
Yeah,
where like this director knows how the fuck to shoot action. Yeah, and it's a lot of single shot stuff, but he's definitely got a style, and it's a subtle style that there's no. I don't know if you guys have watched the. I know you definitely, Duff, but the new Jake Gyllenhaal. What's it called? The remake, Roadhouse.
Oh yeah.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, with Doug Lyman directed that.
Yeah.
And that's got a very unique style about the way they throw the punches and stuff.
Yes.
There's a lot of swinging cameras and all this sort of shit, whereas this is like more Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
This is bare bones cinematography, but that makes it feel really raw and visceral and
Yeah.
Really liked it. Really excited by
Who
that.
did the first Bourne Identity?
What's his face? Greengrass, whatever the fuck.
Paul Greengrass. Or did he do Green? Was it Doug Lyman?
It's Doug Lyman.
It was
I
Doug
believe.
Lyman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greengrass did Green Zone, I think.
Oh, that's
Matt
it.
Damon,
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, Greengrass does. He's good as well. He does a lot of that action stuff. But yeah, very cool, man. That opening thing, and then as I said, the fight scenes later on, very cool as well.
And then that's the setup for
the montage.
fucking montage.
No, I'm going to tell you about the montage.
Go on, do
Didn't like it.
Really?
Wait, what?
Had no interest in it.
Why? Didn't have a cool song.
What? No, I think that might have been it.
It really is
didn't
some
have a
yacht
cool
rock.
song. No.
I would have rather a montage with. Oh no, he did have a montage with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
two montages.
Yeah, the second one I liked. The first one was just him. I needed more hurt. He wasn't hurt enough.
Oh, I
You
don't
don't
know,
reckon?
man. I thought it was
What?
cool. Yeah,
Man,
I
when-
think he was hurt, but he wasn't hurt enough.
he was a
sits
man
up in
on a
bed.
mission, man. He
Yeah.
was so focused.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you know what? I reckon he was hurt because he sits up in bed, front on, like close up on his face. He's got the beard going on and that.
Yeah, yeah.
He looks still wrought. He still looks pained.
Oh, he's
and then
carrying it with him.
18 months later.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, this motherfucker's going through
Yeah.
it still.
Yeah, and he's not going to let it go.
No.
ever. Yeah.
And then
Oh, fucking the best part of that montage is when he walks out into the shooting range.
yeah, man. How
yeah.
annoying would that be though if you're just there trying? Also, everyone else has got their little.
He's
their
got a
little
fucking AK, finishes the AK, goes out there with his handgun and shoots everyone's targets. Man, this cost me $75, cuck. Fucking shoot your own
Have you
target.
shot all those bullets?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, well, fuck you then.
It's like, what do? You get a refund or do you take the target and tell everyone you're a really good shot?
I would definitely wait until he's discharged all of his ammo before I said shit. I'll tell you that much. Although then he'd just fucking choke you out like your training partner at MMA. But they kick him out of the gym and the guy goes, "You keep fucking doing it, man." I was like, "How many times do you get away?"
Yeah.
We're just beating the
18
fuck
Well,
out.
months
in
time.
fairness, the other guy did punch him in the face.
I did. That's the other thing I thought.
And
So I was like,
fucking,
yeah, if he keeps doing it, maybe don't punch him square in the nose. Yeah.
Maybe he's always done it to him. He bullies him, and I'm gonna fight back. Punches him in the nose and gets fucking
Big
destroyed.
mistake. That's like high
Yeah.
school for me.
I like the montage because each little section actually had a bit of story attached to it. So it wasn't just, they could have just showed him like beating a bag, but instead they do the bit in the gym to show his anger and to
Yeah.
show it, you know what I mean? And then beating
And
a bag,
the,
right?
the poor landlord.
Yeah.
Please stop throwing knives near
Yes.
the knife.
Yeah. So I thought
Stop it
was,
with the sports.
Yeah, and he knows what's going on. He's like, please stop it with the training to be a deadly killing machine. Thank you very much. Yeah.
No, I had a good time with that montage. I thought it was really
I
good.
liked it.
I thought
I
it
liked
was
the
a
Arabic
quick fire way to get us into the film.
I really enjoyed the whole
Learning Arabic.
the
the
Arabic.
overlay over the computer,
Loved
the
it.
interaction. The whole thing.
He's being watched by the CIA as well. It's
that
fucking
was pretty cool.
So sick.
There's a couple of little twists.
Nice little twists.
Yeah, there's a couple of twists. I didn't mind that at all. Definitely setting that it was.
He was out of his
necessary
league. He was definitely. If he goes by himself, he's dead. I think he gets dead.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because if
No.
they don't suspect him,
'Cause
then
he-
you can get away with a lot of moist.
But he was going to kill that guy. Like, as soon as they seen him.
he
I'm
wasn't
gonna-
going to be able to help himself.
And then he's going to get dead.
Yeah,
Because
he
there's
was
like
fucked,
19 fucking terrorists around
Yeah,
him.
he'd have
Yeah.
to be fucking good.
But he was going to kill him, though, because he was fucking. He was
going
cutting-
to kill him.
Oh,
cutting
by
that
the
shit
way,
out.
that was cool because I loved it when they showed front on that you had no idea what he was doing back there, cutting himself free.
Yeah.
But there was two dudes behind him.
Just standing there.
What's their job?
Just looking.
Dude, he's really
I
about to
noticed
cut
that
all the
as
way
well.
through that gaffer tape. He's cut
Yeah.
like fucking 6 inches of gaffer tape. What are you motherfuckers watching?
Nothing.
Just staring out the window. One of them was like, oh, it's a blue-breasted robin. I wish I could tell Javier over there, but I don't want to get shot by the terrorist leader.
That's good. I think we missed one crucial bit between the montage and the winding up at that bit, because a lot happens in that first 15, 20 minutes of the movie.
Man, it's fucking electric.
So you're on. But is the bit where he's getting where he's sitting in the room interrogated by the other CIA to find out by like the psychologist or whatever to figure out what he is.
You think he's there for like a couple of hours? He's there for 10 days.
Yeah. And what's her name? The deputy director of the CIA or whatever. I can't remember her
Blade.
name. Yes, her from Blade. And she says, one of the best lines you'll ever hear in one of these types of movies, she says, "He's testing through the roof. Might be the best I've ever seen." It's like, fuck yeah. That's unreal. Might be the best she's ever seen. She's seen a lot. This might be the best, which tells me maybe when he gets to Iraq or wherever he went, he could kill them all because he's the best she's ever seen. He's testing through the roof, Duff.
Yeah, but so was
testing through the roof.
So was Ghost. He was testing.
Who's Ghost?
Ghost is fucking
Michael Keaton.
No,
Taylor Kish.
Oh, Taylor Kish. Sorry, testing. Did he test through the roof?
Test through the roof.
Wasn't the best she's ever seen though.
Yeah,
no, because she didn't see him.
Oh,
because he was a ghost.
He was a ghost. It's Casper.
So I've got to say, in my list of stuff I liked and stuff I didn't like so much, one of the things I had was just that little tiny bit of the exposition where they had to introduce us to the CIA characters and try and explain the Orion program to us. And it was mostly discussion between the deputy and the dude who runs it.
Yes.
He
was an ugly old man, wasn't he? I found his face really hard to look
Really?
at. He's just so ugly.
I don't pass
took me-
judgment.
He looked like a fucking old turtle.
It took me
I was just like, why is this guy in
It
movies?
took me 20 minutes to realise he's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
I was like, no, he's bad.
Well, it's CIA, so you just assume at some point they're all going to die.
They all
Right.
are. Well, that's the thing. Is
yeah.
they
But
are
that's
all evil. That's the twist.
Yeah.
But that bit of exposition, which was obviously necessary, until then they'd done like pretty expert job with the exposition. Obviously, it wasn't subtle. We worked out who he was and why because of the trauma that we got to witness very brutally. But then, like, they have this quite clunky conversation, and it was the only time. There was only 2 times that I really noticed the script. Like, it pulled me out of it.
Yes.
And it was that. And the other time,
where it's actually just actors delivering lines
it was like
rather than...
he is,
Yes,
oh
yes,
my
yes.
God, should we send him to the group where we go the rogue agents?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, but will
100%. And even that line I was just talking about, how much as I love it,
Obviously.
that's a script line.
Yes.
Like that's probably pulled straight from the book
Yeah,
that this is based on.
didn't bother me necessarily because it went for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that was when I went, oh fuck, I hope the script isn't at this standard because that's the first time I've noticed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I never noticed it again. In fact, the only times I noticed the writing was the actual exchanges in Arabic.
Yep.
When he was trying to get into the cell, and I thought it was really well done. So I had the opposite experience with that side of things.
When
with the
he's
script.
typing on the screen.
Yeah, just that bit, just typing on the screen
Yeah.
and just that whole setup, I thought was really well done.
And asking him kind of the trick questions about
Yeah.
stuff from the book.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
I don't know how you go about joining a terrorist cell, but that seemed plausible to me.
Yeah, it did. Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how they get
It seems
radicalized
easy.
in their bedrooms or whatever.
If it's like joining
yeah.
a group on Facebook, you're like, no spamming, no hate speech. Oh, hang on, it's all hate speech. Just hate speech. Yeah, no photos of food.
Very good.
Sounds like the perfect group.
There's another kind of cheesy bit that I really liked. And once again, I think I liked any bit where it showed his drive and his anger that he can't let go of, right? He's obviously a very angry person.
Oh, yeah.
And he can't let go. So there's this other bit where they're doing the VR and
I knew you were going to bring that up. It's
and
perfect.
he's obviously getting tested by Michael Keaton, who keeps popping up the main sort
Yeah.
of villain that killed his wife. And he shoots him, and then he shoots him, and every time he shoots him, he gets shocked.
Yeah.
And all the other guys are out. They
They're
can't take it anymore, and
vomiting,
they pull
they're
off and he's just there, and he's like collapsed to one knee, and he's still just shooting. And there's just thousands
The
of
same
bolts of
fu-
electricity coursing through his body. He's like, bang,
One dude
bang,
spewed.
bang.
Yeah, but I see the guy spewing.
Yeah. And I just fucking love that scene. The camera pans out, and you just see him in the background of this giant warehouse, and he's still just shooting.
It's just on one
and I
knee,
was like,
yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, that's cheesy, and I'm fucking here for
Yeah,
it.
I don't think that was cheesy at all. I think it was
it's a bit silly.
It
or
could have
whatever you
been,
want. Yeah,
but you know
it did
what?
well, yeah.
And this probably rings true to a lot of the movie. The reason it wasn't so cheesy is because Dylan O'Brien and Michael Keaton were very good.
Dylan
Oh,
O'Brien
man.
was just really good, man.
Yeah.
he was,
You
he
guys
was the
pumped
reason.
him up.
He was the reason I chose this film,
Yeah.
as I said last time,
Yeah.
and he didn't disappoint me. It'd been a while since I watched this, so I was like, "Fuck, I hope he's actually good."
Yeah.
really good.
I think he's perfect, apart from his fucking chest hair. It bothers me heaps.
Yeah, I know what you mean there.
didn't
he's
notice.
just got a little tuft.
Yeah,
in
it's
between
like
his in
right
between his
between
pecs.
his titties.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice it at all.
Just rip it
really.
off. Just rip it off.
Shave
Let
it,
it
brother.
relax in there. Get it off.
Oh, puberty's a confusing time. Let him go. Let him work it out.
You could be agreed with for saying that he was perhaps too young, or perhaps like not physically intimidating.
I don't think,
but
like
I was going to say, I think that actually adds to it.
I
The
agree.
fact that he wasn't physically intimidating, the fact that he was just a regular
was an
guy,
everyman.
that had his wife murdered, and now he's really angry.
I don't
or
think
his fiance. Or
I
whatever,
think
sorry.
he's like fiance. I think he's supposed to be 23-ish, 24-ish. I reckon.
He's still in
'Cause
college, right?
just got out of college and they're on a holiday.
I believe this is in my fun facts, but I'll drop it now. The reason they ended up going for Dylan O'Brien, so they had a few names, and I'll run through a couple of those later. That won't surprise you. But the reason they ended up going through Dylan O'Brien eventually was because this was actually going to be a franchise of films based on the book.
Yep.
And they were going to start with this one and then follow him for they were hoping to do 5 or 6 of these films.
Oh, I'm all for
and
it.
so you get
Do it.
10 years, and by the time he's 35 or 40 in real life, he's
He's
that
a
age.
cabin in the woods
Yes.
getting dudes to beat the fuck out of each other, and he's come full circle.
Probably. So that's why they ended up going for Dylan O'Brien, just a young.
Yeah.
He's pretty baby faced as well.
He is, yeah.
He's got very soft kind of features. Like he's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Rather than
Chiseled.
a Navy SEAL looking dude. So yeah, not that Navy SEALs can't be good looking. Sorry to our listeners.
Yeah, let's start off good looking. I found him really plausible through the whole thing. He had to be like relatively cheesy and love head over heels initially. I'm glad we don't get too much of that, but we got just enough of that sack and sweet shit.
It's perfect.
And then he pretty much just has to be seething
Yep.
for the rest of the movie.
So angry.
But
His interactions with the other girl, Anika or whatever,
Yeah.
the Russian girl, fucking, they're all brilliant.
Yeah.
Every single scene those two were together was just really good.
Yeah, I agree. I thought she was really good as well.
She was fantastic, man. She was
good.
fucking unreal.
She was quite, considering she didn't have she was probably just meant to be like a little side part, but when she was on screen, I was like, oh, she's got something.
Oh, she was
I haven't really
fucking
seen her
great.
in a lot.
no,
No.
I'm interested to hear about a few people in this section.
Yeah, well, I don't have anything on it because it's just a bunch of TV.
Yeah, right.
Like that, but most of the actors are just a bunch of TV.
I'll definitely say something.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. I touched on it before, but the hand-to-hand stuff, you guys like it? I mean, I wanked on about it, but did you guys like it? You thought it was good?
I thought it was good. It wasn't a highlight for me. I
Really?
didn't notice it. I just
Oh, shit, okay.
I actually loved the gunplay a lot better.
Okay.
The gunplay I thought was fucking unreal.
It was good. Yeah.
Like the
yeah.
Michael Keaton busting into the hotel and just fucking pop.
Yes.
I also loved anything Taylor Kish was
Man,
involved in.
I'm a big Taylor Kish
I'm a
guy.
big
yeah.
I'm a
guy.
fucking huge Kish guy.
He
I
was,
just
he was
realised.
he was the first one cast in this film.
Yep.
And it never. I was hoping that. Well, I was thinking I was going to read
His character-
Taylor Kish was meant to be Mitchell Rapp, and then they switched at the last minute. But no. They cast him first as
As
that
Ghost.
guy, as the bad guy.
Fucking A. Yeah.
He does play a great villain, doesn't he?
Oh, he's
In
so good.
Quite a few things.
He's so good, and he's plausible in those scenes as well. I think he's really good at
100%.
fighting.
Oh man, when
100%.
in that truck, more gunplay. The gunplay in this was fucking.
Yeah.
There was not one bad gunplay.
Fuck, you are right. I don't think I gave it enough
There was-
credit, to be
there
honest.
was-
I was too transfixed on the hand-to-hand stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for blood and guts and fucking guns.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know my favorite of those? There's two favorite bits. One in terms of the combat and all that sort of shit. Easily, my favorite fight was the one on the boat.
Yep.
Just because the aspect of it being thrown around.
It reminded me of Inception.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt in
Yeah.
the corridor.
It was just a nice little twist to do something different and talk about levels of playing field a little bit when you think you're on top of the two.
So good.
Oops, wave. Now it's the other way around.
It was so good. The way they just got thrown around. I wonder, they must have done that and had the thing on cranes or something. I'd really like to watch the making of that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't considered it. But
I imagine they actually threw them around.
Which is
like
fucking-
you wouldn't be able to CGI that.
Nah, that'd be the same way.
That'd
they
be
did
physics.
Wires and
Same
shit.
way they
It'd
did
be the
Inception,
wires,
which
yeah.
I have watched the making of that scene.
Was that
Inception.
wires?
So, yeah, and like a big shipping container. And
Yeah,
they
I
flipped
reckon.
it and-
I reckon
yeah,
it would be very
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
similar.
I will, see if we can find that.
Very cool.
The bit that I really liked, and this is the tiniest little bit of the movie, but it was awesome, was when they'd installed the secret camera in the physicist's room.
Yes.
And Taylor Kish's face just appears in it.
Oh fuck! They were already in the fucking hotel.
Then chaos.
Yeah, fucking
That was
so much.
dope, man. That was so because they were relaxing a little bit in the room next door. They were just, and I mean, he never switches off
Because he was just staring at it intently.
Yeah.
And I think she tried to get him to switch off because he was like turning into a
Nah,
skit.
he can't. He's obsessed.
Yeah,
But
and then
he
what
did
happens
switch
when he
off,
switches
right?
off for 1 second?
Fucking 1 second.
His face appears.
That whole fucking 10, 15 minutes was so fucking good. I was like, because I couldn't remember. It's fucking weird I've seen a movie because my movie memory is fucking excellent.
Yeah, it's the only.
And
thing
then
you've
all of a sudden,
Go for.
literally, that's it.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
my
remember how to tie
one
shoes.
talent. And then I don't remember any of this. I was like, she's a fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
Dickhead, you've seen this. She's not. She gets squarely punched in the face. I went, oh, maybe she's not.
Yeah. No, but they do want you to think she is for just a moment.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Oh,
big
definitely.
time.
Yeah, that was one of the twists.
Yeah.
But it was sort of a twisty twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice twisty
was a
twist.
misdirect.
That's what these films or novels, that's their whole game, is the twisty twist. And sometimes it just, when I watch it, sometimes it just pisses me off. I'm like, okay, I don't, like, yeah, sure, you're going to pull out a fucking ace of spades eventually and whatever.
You know-
but this movie, I don't think
Didn't need
overdid
it.
it.
Yeah.
It didn't overdo it.
No, it didn't.
Taylor Kish was the bad guy from the moment we saw him and all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton was a good guy and all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So I actually really liked, we're doing CIA fucking special ops and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
Clean cut.
we're not doing all this silly fucking pulling masks off and, oh, they actually work for this and here's $1 billion to launch it and whatever. I thought it was cool.
Yep.
I thought it was.
I must say, I reckon I got a little bogged down maybe for half an hour in the second act.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, we probably could move things along a bit here.
Which bit in particular?
When the team is developing as a team.
Yeah.
When they're doing the stuff out on the streets with the photographing secretly. And I get that's part of the story. It's driving the story
I
along.
think that
but
was
like,
it. If they
could we
didn't
do this quicker or something?
If they didn't-
did you guys not
I
have a problem?
didn't find a drag at any point, really.
No,
okay. No,
if
that's
they
fine.
don't do that bit, all of a sudden you've got no fucking. You don't care about the Russian girl.
No,
Kill her
okay,
off
yeah,
as
no,
fodder.
I understand that. I just maybe for a bit of it, I was like, "Fuck!" This movie was moving at an exhilarating pace, and now it just seems to have put the brakes on for maybe slightly too long.
Yeah, I didn't. I
that's fine.
noticed that shit immediately.
only
It's a
time-
difference in opinion.
I could have done with if I had to be hypercritical, I'd say I could probably do with a little bit less of the training, because eventually
With Scott Adkins,
I disagree.
eventually only one of those dudes is of any consequence
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah.
And obviously
I loved all the
we
training.
lose him pretty soon.
Yeah.
Massively sadistic training.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
it's super sadistic.
Why does anyone sign up for that shit?
To be the best of the best of the best.
And what? And
Well,
if
'cause
you
you're angry and
die,
you wanna go kill
no one
someone.
will even know.
yeah.
I don't want to sound like a selfish wanker here, but if I go out in a blaze of glory, I want my name in the fucking.
I feel like if I'm an ex, he's not Dylan O'Brien, but most of those characters there were. If I'm like an ex-soldier,
Okay.
and then I come back and there's
Your time's
nothing
up.
for me in this world, and I'm like, well, I may as well use my skill set and just go and save America behind closed doors. Like, fuck yeah.
This is the thing. So I think what you've nailed there is you have to be. This has to be some sort of one of these programs.
You've got no family. You've got no
patriotism.
connections. It's
Well, it's something. It's
Yeah.
a purpose.
if
right?
I'm going to
So
fight
there's
for
one-
something, I may as well fight for
It's
my
a
country.
purpose, man. It's something to live for. It's something to die for.
I might be a prick, but I'd be a mercenary over this for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
I'm
Yeah.
about that cash money, fam.
Yeah, I just the whole. I know it's romanticized the
Yeah,
whole.
I probably would want the attention, actually.
Yeah,
I'd want people to know I'm saving their
I
lives.
would want to be on the cover of Soldier of
Yeah.
Fortune magazine.
Yeah,
I want the
Is that
cash.
still a thing?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I bet you fucking is.
It's a website now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, Look, maybe I'm into myself a little bit too much.
I'm doing it for the cash.
But I want this mug on the cover.
Yeah. Did we have any? Did the movie switch slightly from? Obviously, he's carrying this anger towards the what do you want to call them? The cells, the terrorist cells. or whatever,
Yep.
But then it kind of shifts towards Taylor Kish, which is still related to the terrorist cells, but it lost a little bit there.
I think the whole
Because he wants revenge on the terrorist cells, which he kind of gets, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we just move on from that, don't we?
No, I think
Really?
what you're saying is this is a book series, right?
Yeah.
They're planning on doing more than one.
Right, so this
they
is-
can't just have him fucking killing
Terrorists.
terrorists this whole time. So he finds the main terrorist who's going to bomb his navy.
I'm very happy with that. Really
So
great point.
I think
Not really great point.
I think it ties
They
it in at the
intended
end
this to be 5 movies.
because in the
or-
elevator he's going to kill the fucking Irani bloody general.
yeah,
Right
you
at
just-
the end.
Really
So
good
I
one. I
think-
like that finish too.
great finish.
Oh, it's such a good finish.
Because they
I think
didn't.
my score's going up.
If they didn't,
Oh man, I've got. You said there's not people passionate. I was very passionate about. After watching this, I went, "How the fuck do I not remember any of this?"
Oh, I'm glad you liked
And this
it.
is one of the best movies I've seen this year.
Wow.
yeah,
Like I've seen a lot of good fucking movies this
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
and I've seen this before. That's what's so fucking
Yeah,
But it didn't
mind
give-
blowing.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Maybe the first time I watched it, I was too focused on the fucking beach scene, and
glad-
then
yeah,
kind
you
of
just-
got clouded me out of it.
It
Or,
can
I
be
was,
different in the cinema
or
as
it must have
well
been
when you're
fucking
sober.
high as a kite.
I was gonna say, when you're at home, you've had 8 beers, and there's a guy walking around
Yeah.
beating the shit out of terrorists. Like,
oh,
you
yeah.
get
Fuck
pretty jacked
yeah.
up. Yeah.
you could stand up and cheer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really surprised by this because it's one of those movies. I haven't watched it in a while. I'll put it on and then I'm fucking engrossed.
Oh, yeah.
Completely engrossed.
Before we do cast, do we want to briefly touch on the nuclear explosion at the end? How do we all feel about it?
I liked it.
Did you Google the science of it? I certainly didn't.
I just
didn't want
went
to.
with it. I
Are
just
we,
went with it.
are we okay?
If it
with
was
the
in
fact-
space,
Sorry, you
I'd
go.
be able to fix it. But underwater, I'm out of my element.
Are we okay? Are we okay accepting the fact that Hollywood has decided that if a nuke goes off underwater, that it's okay? That it
It's-
creates a tidal
no,
wave,
it's-
but no one gets radiation.
No, it's a
Yeah,
fact.
fine.
That's an actual fact. That's
Is
why
it?
they do the nuclear testing in water.
Yeah, or
So
South
it
Australia.
doesn't go in the air.
The Muro
Fuck,
atoll.
I think they do it in water because it's the furthest from land. I don't
Oh, they
think
just
it's
hate fish.
necessarily the water. I don't know.
No, fuck the dolphins for real.
No,
you know how I feel about dolphins.
I don't know. I didn't
go.
Google the science, but my
Hey.
gut feel is that it wasn't overly accurate.
I don't think it's safe. Look
I
at
did
Godzilla.
like it.
Fucking nuke the dolphins. That's all I've got to say.
I liked it. I had a good time with it.
I do
With
have a
that-
couple
with
of-
that explosion.
Why nuke dolphins? Just eat tuna. It's a half dolphin anyway.
I got some other totally random shit to get off my chest, if that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, your phone's playing music.
Playing Neil Diamond.
Tom's phone's randomly playing Neil
Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. I could just hear it. Like with the
I can hear it
headphones
as
on.
well. I just assumed it was the voices in my head.
Well, it was. It was Neil Diamond. Hello, Paul. I hope you've had a great day.
Paul, it's Sweet Caroline.
Sorry, BJ, you're about to say you had a couple of extra things.
Oh, just some. So on a couple of things I noticed was the only time that I lost that I thought they were stretching credibility a little bit on occasion was like, did you notice Taylor Kish pulls that move in Poland when he gets the nuke? The CIA are watching it on Polish security footage on the news, 4K.
Oh, geez,
Incredi-
it was good footage.
I was like, is this Polish security
Yeah,
footage
yeah,
fucking
it's-
good or what,
it's
right?
Really good.
Then I was like, oh, maybe that's what the CIA's got. Maybe that's, and then they cut later on to the CIA actually watching something from their massive glass room full of
man,
fucking
love it.
computer screens. Is that what the CIA is? It's just
Yeah.
computer screens with data.
I think so.
There's fucking pie charts and Venn diagrams and shit. But then they're watching their own security footage and it's that sort of blue washed out shit. And I'm like, these guys need to talk to Poland.
They need to get that Polish,
They need to get some Polish
That
technicians
Polish
in here.
tech.
Yeah. I fucking love when the two protagonists have similar training, similar skill sets, and sort of they each know each other, like especially
100%.
trained by the same person.
Yeah,
I love
100%.
that shit because it's evenly
It's an
matched.
even fight, yeah.
I'm all about
Which they
that.
showed that in the boat fight scene.
Like
Yeah.
he's mentioning some of the training tactics to
Yes.
him while he's doing like.
Well, they moved the same.
didn't he tell you not to get too personal?
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's really good.
That was another thing I was going
It
to
was
mention.
clever, yeah.
They keep saying
Good
don't
writing.
make it personal. Every single character had a personal agenda. Every fucking single one. So that was cool.
Yeah. It was good. It was good writing.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
It really was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
most part. It was just
Yeah. I'll talk to you about the writer in a moment, and
Excellent.
you'll be like, "Oh no, shit! That's why this is good writing."
Okay, cool.
This is no slouch that's written this.
some of the things I noticed were I find it interesting the way that it's now fraught to be talking about any particular country in the world as being the place where the bad guys are, right? That's why we got
thanks
this-
a lot, Top Gun Maverick.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
the Top Gun Maverick effect. These people didn't give a fuck about shitting on Libya.
Nah.
And it's funny how they present places. So Libya just looked like the worst place on earth.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
Istanbul looks so exotic and beautiful.
Oh,
That's 'cause it wasn't
I can
shot.
imagine I can go there and buy nice dresses.
Yeah, ironically, that was probably shot in Libya.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
Also, So I love Rome as a setting for fucking this sort of a film.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Always looks fucking great. Always just cultural enough.
Yeah.
I mentioned this to you previously, but I do have pop culture brain rot, and whenever I hear Istanbul, the fucking song by They Might Be Giants starts playing in my head. Istanbul, not Constantinople, Istanbul. And it's a good minute. I've just got that playing in my head. And the only other thing I wanted to mention, and this is the dumbest fucking thing ever, but when he gets hoisted off the boat, they just tie a metal cable around the middle of him.
Oh, that's cutting the shit out of him.
I was like, that's going to rip
wasn't just me?
No.
That is cutting you to pieces.
Noticed it massively.
I was like,
why did you just
OHS?
drop a fucking thing with pads on it?
He was in a rush.
You're a rescue helicopter. Like, surely you've
Imagine that. Like, we hoist. We got him. Whoa, wait. Half
think that
of him. Look, we got technically got half of him.
Oh my god.
That hoist normally has a fucking bucket on the end of it. I just didn't think they had time for the bucket.
But just put your foot in it then and hold onto the wire at the top. Like
Michael Keaton's gone, grab him. Oh, you know what?
Yep.
We've left the bucket back at base. Should we go get it?
I don't know why.
Should we go get the bucket or just drop
leave
the wire?
bucket. I don't know why he put it around his body like that. Put your foot in the loop and then just hold onto the wire.
I thought you meant like get dragged up upside down by
No. Like step into it.
Yeah.
Like standing upright.
I tell you what I do,
you
Ken.
know what
I
I
do
mean?
exactly what he does.
Like
My
the
arms get cut
stirrups
off.
the stirrups on a fucking saddle.
I don't know how clearly I'd be thinking at that point, but that made me uncomfortable.
Very clearly.
And one last thing, real quick.
Ken's calm as cucumber after dropping a nuclear bomb into the ocean.
Just like, get me out of here, boys.
I'm going to loop my foot around this. Hold it steady.
Hold it. I'm trying to get my foot in.
Now the rabbit goes around the tree.
Doing a reef knot. Hold it steady.
Boy Scouts finally came in handy. Just a quick question for each of you.
Yes.
Are you a quick kill or a torture my nemesis kind of a guy?
Depending on the...
Quick kill. I'm a quick kill.
I am.
Yeah.
I think...
Just shot in the head. Just look them straight in the eye. As they're saying something, I shoot them mid-sentence. I don't want to listen to your fucking shit.
Like Samuel Jackson in Deep Blue Sea.
Yes.
Perfect.
I just think-
that was the Sharks' revenge.
I consider the Sharks the good guys.
I know that in my heart of hearts, I want to torture them. But I also think I've been conditioned by action films to realise that greatly increases the chances of them getting away.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take my chance when I've got it.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the tone of the movie, what I want.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's good.
What's that movie I did?
Like, you know who I'd like to see tortured? That bitch from The Mist.
Oh, the fucking religious
I'd
lady.
watch fucking 40 minutes of her getting tortured.
Yeah,
Still
you're
my
right.
most hated character in film.
Just a table next to him with like a blowtorch.
Yeah.
And some fucking just had some shit ready to go, didn't he, old
And
Kish?
you fucking...
Send in Taylor Kish.
That was Message from the King, that movie that did at the end of that, where he just shoots the guy.
Yeah.
And he could have dragged it out and beat the shit out of him. He just goes, bang.
Perfect.
See you later.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think
That's
I'm with
me.
you there.
Perfect.
All right, cast and crew. Now, I've got a couple of little exciting things in here that I really didn't know when I watched this. But so the director is Michael Cuesta.
What's he done, Ken?
He mostly does big budget primetime TV. So like A-grade television. So he did Homeland, and not just one or two episodes. He's the creator and the director of the bulk of it.
I thought he was the creator of Quest Apartments.
And he's also he's directing, he's producing, and he's creating a lot of these shows.
Okay,
and he's won Emmys for them.
Right.
Like, he's won a fuckload of awards.
Oh, it's an Emmy.
So I'll give you a list. You got Homeland, City on a Hill, Billions, Elementary, which was that. Yep.
The Sherlock Holmes one.
Yeah,
Holmes
so
with,
True
Stuart.
Blood, Dexter, 6 Feet Under. He's more. They're not I've not watched a lot of those shows.
This
They're not
is
really for me,
premium TV,
but it's
but
premium
yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
100%.
It's NBC on a good time slot.
Yes.
Yes.
City on a Hill was really good, actually. I watched that. That was a Boston cop one
Oh,
with
that's- yeah, I didn't watch
Kevin
it, but
Bacon. Yeah, really good.
Dexter's magnificent.
And he's,
Except for the end, but Dexter was great when it was on.
He's won Directors Guild Awards, BAFTAs, Emmys, heaps, and it's mostly all for Homeland, to be honest. But there's a bunch of 6 Feet Under, I think, won a bunch
that
of
was huge
awards
at the time.
Yep. Anyway,
good.
we're not a goddamn TV podcast. We're a fucking movie podcast.
What's your movie done last?
All right, so this is
Done movie
not a
wise.
lot. So he's done American Assassin. He did another movie I really liked, Kill the Messenger with Jeremy Renner.
Oh,
You've seen
yes.
that? He's a journalist.
Yes.
But it's a thriller. It's a really
Definitely a
fast-paced.
thriller.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, Kill the Messenger. And then he did some movie, you might know this one, BJ. It's like a music movie from 2011 called Roadie. And it's about a guy that followed the Blue Oyster Cult for 20 years.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Because they're a real band.
Yeah.
So it's a fictionalized movie, but I think the real band's in it. And this guy follows them around for 20 years, and then it deals with, after the fact, 20 years of boozing and partying and
I'm
whatever.
trying to remember who the scruffy guy.
Yeah, but I looked up the cast thinking I might watch that, and I couldn't recognise the.
Wasn't
the
like
cast.
Reese Ifus?
It was.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Whether I don't know if he's the main guy, but he was listed. Yeah. Reese Irfans.
Yeah, whatever his
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Oh, Notting Hill fella?
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy.
Perfect.
Yeah. So Cuesta, big TV guy, not a big movie guy, but what he has done movie wise, I've quite enjoyed.
Yeah.
So who knows? You might just prefer doing TV. He might prefer that long form, which would actually make sense why he jumped onto this because he
Yes.
assumed he was about to make 5 of them.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
solve
What
the
a
riddle.
shame.
Solve
What a
the riddle.
shame.
Now the writer, Stephen Schiff, mostly TV.
Yeah.
Once again, some really highly regarded stuff. The Andor, the new Star Wars thing, which
Okay.
apparently is the best of the Star Wars stuff. I've
not
not
bad.
watched it.
It is.
It is, yep. Cool. Thank you. The Americans.
I like that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Never watched it.
But
Kerry Russell.
Stephen Schiff is not who we care about. He came in at the end and took over the script after it had already been written, and he just changed a couple of things. The person who actually wrote the script from start to finish, not the book, the script, the screenplay, I think they call it,
Yeah.
was Edward Zwick.
Okay.
Now, does that name mean anything to you guys?
Don't think so.
Well, it's going to in a minute.
All right.
Here's what Edward Zwick does for a living. He writes and directs his own films, Edward Zwick. And they're our sort of films.
Let's go.
You ready?
I am.
At the start he was a big Denzel guy. So he goes on a run of Denzel dramas and then he gets into, So he does Glory, Legends of the Fall.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Glory, Legends of the Fall, Courage Under Fire, The Siege.
Holy shit.
Ken's favourite.
The writing and directing started with The Siege. Prior to that he was just directing. Then, here we go. Writer and director, The Last Samurai.
Holy fuck.
Oi.
One of my all-time favourites.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Ready for this? Writer and director, Blood Diamond.
Oh, fucking
Wait,
hell.
Yes, you know Edward
This guy's
Zwick,
a-
Yeah,
right?
we do.
Yeah.
Surely. Yeah. Okay.
Writer and director. This isn't going to pack as big of a punch, but Defiance with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Good war movie.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
it's
remember
good.
a single thing about it.
And another one, which is probably a lot closer to American Assassin, Jack Reacher 2, he wrote and directed.
Okay.
Nice.
Number 2 was fine. Number 1 was great.
Yes.
Yep. We can all agree on that.
That fucking Blood Diamond. Leave it at that, man.
yeah,
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
fucking believe
hell
it.
of a run. And he also wrote but didn't direct The Great Wall, where the Matt
Okay.
Damon, which that'll be on the pod. So we got some fun stuff there with Zwick. I'm a fucking Zwick guy.
Yeah, it turns out
I'm a
you
big
write and
Zwick
direct
guy.
Blood Diamond and Last Samurai, then you're in my all-time Hall of Famer.
I'd like to apologise to him for not knowing his name prior to now.
Yeah.
Like, where have I been?
The
What's
name
wrong with
rang
me?
a bell when I read it, but
Not
I
a
didn't
clue.
know.
It's kind of generic, so
it is a bit. He basically he was going to direct. He wrote it, and then he was also going to direct it. But then he ended up selling the script to whoever took over from there, and he just backed away. And he's actually done nothing since, which is weird. So this was 2018, and that was it.
okay.
So he sold the script and just went bang. So he did have a couple of upcoming projects, so maybe he's back
Okay.
now.
All right.
I didn't look into what they were, but
Took a sabbatical and walked the earth.
But I think that's fun, and I think Zwick deserves a moment of our time.
Fuck yeah.
Then I got Dylan O'Brien for the cast. As I said before, he's the main reason I did this film. I just really like him. He's so versatile. Really funny comedy actor in Love and Monsters. He's
And
very
Internship as well.
Internship. He's really like vulnerable and dramatic for a very young actor in Maze Runner. I thought like he's a really standout performer at a young age.
And Teen Wolf,
I never saw that.
he's the
I'll
best
take
of
your
the
word
whole
for
series.
it. Yeah. And then he
It was
also
Jason
does these
Bateman,
like.
wasn't it?
Nah.
Was it? No.
No, it's
That's,
That's Team Wolf 2. My bad. Carry on.
No, you're talking the TV show. Aren't you?
TV show,
Teen
yeah.
Wolf TV show, yeah. And then he basically does some real kind of intense, like physical stuff, particularly in this film. But he also has done that in the past as well with Maze Runner and whatnot.
He's 100% a guy who you say
He's
the
great in
name
Maze
and people
Runner.
don't really know it.
Nah,
You show the photo, they go, "Oh fuck yeah, that guy."
yeah.
Yeah.
Really wholesome online presence as well.
Is he
And I
really?
always
And
like that. Yeah,
the
you
boy
jump
can
on
act.
his feed and he's very wholesome.
I'll tell you a
Yeah.
Dylan O'Brien story. So he did
Not
a movie
in a
called
shit way, like in a good way.
Yeah, like he's just a genuine dude.
Yeah.
he did a movie called Caddo Lake. So it's a new release.
That's what I spoke
And
about.
then
it.
on Letterboxd, I went and read people's reviews. Out of the 5 reviews, 4 reviews, mine and yours included, says, "Why isn't Dylan O'Brien getting more work?"
Yeah.
The kid is
I
fucking
don't
amazing.
think he wants it.
He runs that
That's
whole
what I
fucking
reckon.
movie. He acts the shit out
Acts
of
the
everyone.
shit out of Cato Lake. I don't think he wants it, because if he did, I feel like he's getting script after script on his doorstep. I reckon he might just be one of those guys that goes, I'm just going to grab onto something that I like the look of, and I'm happy just to do one movie every
Oh, my
couple of years.
electricity bill's due.
Yeah, no, but he could be.
Yeah, who knows?
Not
I
everyone's
know nothing
just
about him.
greedy and wanting to work. You just, that sounds cool, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking chills out and travels the world for a
But he's
couple
not
of years.
being offered any huge roles in big flicks then.
Maze Runner, he was a
but he might
franchise
be.
star.
He
So
might
Maze
be, and
Runner
he
was a
says
big
no.
deal because I kind of missed it.
Maze Runner's a massive
fuck
deal.
me, man. He would have made a life's worth, or 2 lifetimes worth of money off
Yeah,
those movies.
big time.
By
Scorched
the
Trials.
third one, he would have been over 20 mil, I reckon.
Okay.
Because you can't do the movies without him.
Yep.
And he's a fucking star in those films. I really like those movies.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm too old to like it
And
as much as I do.
It's like our fantasy, and Ken loves it.
Yeah. Teen sci-fi. I'm into. Love it, man. Yeah. So very cool. You know what? He's only done 15 movies.
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
it. Yeah, and obviously the TV stuff you said. He has a meta of 55. All of his movies are pretty much just 45 to 60.
Yep. Perfect.
Nothing really great, nothing really bad.
Yep.
There's just one really bad movie that only got 30.
Movie
and that's kind of
43.
dragged it. No, it was Infinite. With the one with Mark Wahlberg. And,
Oh,
it's
trash
just an
bag.
absolute pile of shit.
Do you know I've never watched that?
Don't.
I've never watched it because
Don't.
I've heard people say it's dog shit.
Yeah.
It's just some of the worst writing you'll ever see in a movie of that size.
He was on just some
In that case,
real
I'll
run
watch
of
it.
stinkers around then, old Marky Mark.
It was Marky Mark, but it was the director as well. It was someone wicked. I can't remember who it was. And it was fucking Fuqua.
I was going to say, I'm
Antoine
pretty sure it's
Fuqua,
Antoine
yeah.
Fuqua.
It's Fuqua. It's just a mess of a movie. I don't know what they were thinking. But anyway, as we said at the end of the pod last week when I said I was doing this movie, I'm hoping he gets a little redeemables bump out of this if he wants it. And we'll just get him up there.
At the very least, he should get like 3 or 4 more
Get-
IG followers.
Get him a franchise, I reckon. He needs another franchise. Give him the fucking, you know what? Give him the new Jurassic World movies that are coming out.
You know what? Give him American Assassin 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Give me that shit.
Yeah.
Because that shit's in its wheelhouse now. You got the fucking Chris Pratt show.
100%.
Yeah.
The fucking Michael
Yeah.
P. Jordan did it.
Yeah.
It's back. The
Yeah.
CIA shit's back.
Well, the Jack Ryan stuff's obviously massive. Yeah. Next I had Michael Keaton. Who doesn't know him? I mean, we don't need to break down his career too much.
Been going around for 40 years.
I actually feel like he's kind of like he's kind of like similar to Dylan O'Brien in a way that he's like incredibly versatile.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
Oh,
just
man.
kind of he slips in and out of anything you
He's a
want.
comedian.
He started off as a comic actor, didn't
He's
he?
a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this kind of period he's going through at the moment.
I do too,
Yeah.
because I grew up on Michael Keaton back in the day.
There you go.
And yeah,
Michael
I'm a
Keaton
fan.
was Beetlejuice, then he was Batman. What the fuck?
yeah.
What's your kind of go to Keaton then?
I'll tell you right now, the best Batman is Christian Bale. The best Bruce Wayne is Michael Keaton.
Okay.
That's all I'll say about Michael Keaton. Thank you very much.
Okay. Look, yeah,
I'm
I
a
was.
Clooney man myself.
I did.
Just fucking knew it.
I loved Beetlejuice back in the day.
Really? I hate
Yeah.
that fucking movie.
I know.
I hate Beetlejuice.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Do you like Multiplicity, Ken?
I remember that as being relatively funny. I still
haven't thought about that movie in 20
I
years.
always think about it because I'd clone the fuck out of myself and
I know.
he goes to work.
I talk about how clones get dumber each time.
Yeah.
I remember. I base all my knowledge of
I
clones.
think
on
I'm
that.
the fourth clone. The original stuff somewhere doing fucking good things.
Probably not.
Nah.
But no, he's just like a constant presence. I've never really. I don't know. I mean,
Is it Jackie Brown? He's in a lot like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like
think
that
it's
shit.
just,
Yeah, he is. It's not like I've ever gone to the movies because Michael Keaton was in it,
No.
but I've rarely been disappointed when he popped up on my screen.
I think he's in about 80 odd movies, I'm pretty sure. I
so
didn't
many.
write it down, but it was about that.
Yeah.
The Founder.
I like his newer stuff. I'm not that connected with him with any of the old stuff or the Batman. Never a massive Batman guy. So I'm a Spotlight and Birdman. I was fucking obsessed with. I watched Birdman
Really?
like 3 times in a year.
Man,
yeah.
I've tried so many times.
Oh, but you
I
know me
can't do
with
it.
continuous shot stuff.
Yeah,
it's just my everything. And this was a entire movie like that.
Also, that was one of those
Watching
movies everyone was telling me I had to like, and I was like, you know what?
I didn't like it.
No, I don't like it at all.
It was
Yeah.
the director of The Revenant doing a continuous shot of a man's descent into madness. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
When you do
does.
look at his the highlights on IMDb, it is Birdman, Spotlight, Founder, Batman. it's pretty eclectic.
Oh yeah, huge range.
He's got that new one where he suffers from Alzheimer's,
Right.
and he's a detective. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Fucking
A TV show or movie?
movie.
maybe
Okay.
But yeah, I thought, and I think this is a good Keaton role.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
Really, really
perfect.
good in this.
It was actually I'll get to that in fun facts. Taylor Kish was really the only notable movie actor.
Yeah.
And we
done
already
him in
did him on
Battleship.
Battleship, so we'll just move on from there. Other than the fact we all enjoy him.
He's a good actor.
He was a perfect bad guy for this tone of movie.
Yes,
Fucking perfect.
I'd agree with that. The only other main cast member really that's done anything of note was Sanaa Lathan.
Blade.
She played the CEO director. Yes, and she's from Blade. Other than that,
Some motherfuckers are still trying to ask it.
Oh man,
we haven't heard that for a few eps. Jesus,
That's from the.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I knew.
Oh, right.
I knew you would
You got
have
a
loved
new
it.
one.
Yeah,
okay.
very good.
So she's a TV actor, and so is the other girl. I forget it. Was it something Nigar? Don't worry, I'm being careful. Yeah, I think so. Fun facts. Here we go. American Assassin. I've covered that off. 1 of 15. Sold nearly 20 million copies.
Wow.
I'm going to give it a read, I reckon.
Its 3 most recent entries were #1 New York Times bestsellers, but that means nothing because you can just be a #1 New York Times bestseller
For one day.
for fucking 8 minutes of a day. Yeah. The lead role was offered to the most notable person was Chris Hemsworth, and they offered him 10 mil, and he said yes, but then he had a scheduling issue and he had to back out.
Okay.
Very different movie with.
He's
Chris
like, I'm sorry,
Hemsworth.
I've just discovered I belong to Marvel now.
Yeah, pretty. I bet that was what
You can't
the
give
scheduling
him too
issue
much
was.
shit.
Yeah.
Extraction.
Yeah.
No, he's unreal. I would have
yeah.
liked this movie with him
Yeah.
in it.
I
Yeah,
would
do not
have.
get me
No, he
wrong.
would have been great in it.
I'm a big old Hemsworth guy.
Hell yeah, I'm on his
Yeah.
workout regime. Can't you tell?
No.
Fucking hell.
Dylan we went through that. That's why he got the part, because he was younger.
Yeah.
Now, who was meant to play Stan Hurley, which is Michael Keaton? Who do you guys reckon? Looks kind of like him, I guess. Same age.
Nick Nolte.
Nah.
Kevin Spacey.
It was meant to be Bruce Willis. And they worked really hard to get him. But then
Fuck that.
It wouldn't have
him.
worked.
He was probably a bit too old, or he was already maybe on his decline at that point, was he?
Yeah.
Not hard enough. He doesn't have that hard. He's hard, but he doesn't have that hard exterior.
The thing is,
too
this would have
smirky.
been a good Russell Crowe role, except he's done it like 3 or 4 times already, including very recently.
So Vince Flynn, the author of the novels, he sold off a lot of his novels as movie rights.
Yeah.
But he put dates on them, so he would sell it for, I don't know what he was selling it for, let's say $1 million. But then he'd say, but you have to start making it by this date, or I get it back and I get to keep your money.
Legend.
And then he's going to sell it to the next
a
person.
deposit.
So this movie actually ended up getting a bit rushed to start by the end, so they kind of had to just take whatever they could get. Which is perhaps why there was a few different writers.
That could be
involved
the
in that.
scheduling conflict as well. It's like, we have to
Definitely.
make it.
That's
Sorry.
that's exactly what
Because
happened.
normally, for someone like Hemsworth, you change it.
Yes,
You change the date.
You change the date to get Hemsworth.
You work around
That
it.
makes sense.
So they were
yeah.
going to lose the rights and have to rebuy it, which I guess when you're only working with 33 mil, you don't have another whatever those books are selling for to spend again. So it had to start by 2016. So 31st December 2015, we got to be on.
Yeah, right.
Which is essentially what happened. So I just thought that was interesting.
that
little
is. Yeah,
stuff
I've
in
never
the
thought about that
background.
before,
And in the books, Mitch Rapp's girlfriend was killed in the Pan Am flight that was blown up by a terrorist over Lockerbie, Scotland on the 21st of December 1988, which is a real historical event. Yeah.
Remember it well.
But in this movie, she's obviously gunned down on the beach quite graphically.
Yeah.
Well, it's more fucking visage.
Yeah.
Oh.
What are you guys doing? Are you redeeming?
I'll go first. I'll keep it short and sweet. This felt like a first-time watch for me, so that is a good movie. Can make me do that, and the movie's fucking really good. Like I don't think I picked up my phone once, maybe just to check what the Russian girl's from. But yeah, I found no information. I went straight back to the film. Loved it. Would happily watch it again. Because now I remember it, and remembering that Michael Keaton isn't a bad guy, and most of the CI are pretty good dudes. So I will give this movie a solid 80.
Yeah, right.
Really loved
Shit,
it.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I remember really liking it last time. I think it just really scratched an itch last time. Did it again. Really enjoyed it.
Glad.
It's well made. Like it's just well put
really
together.
well made.
There's really nothing to pick at. And yeah, other than the fact that It's a whole bunch of tropes woven together, but fucking everything is at this point, right?
Yeah.
So in one
Well, you
way or
can't
another,
do a movie with CIA in it and not have tropes.
Yeah, it has to.
Welcome.
Yeah, and they just did it well. And Dylan O'Brien deserves more recognition. Michael Keaton is in his sweet spot here. This is perfect for him. Really enjoyed it. 78.
Nice.
Great. That's big scores for a movie that's only 62 from the general public.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm much the same actually. I probably have a higher score now after talking it out with you guys, to be honest. Yeah. And I obviously chose it. Like I'm a fanboy of this movie. This would have been my third, maybe fourth watch. Incredible opening sequence. I know we spoke about it, but that's just fucking something else, man. And if you're going to
What
do
a way
that,
to start a fucking movie. You
if you're
better
going to
fucking
do that
have it.
to start a movie, then you've got me.
Yeah.
You've got me for that movie. Could have been 4 hours, and I'll owe it to you for how well that first shot was. That first scene was done. For me, the reason I came in like maybe slightly lower is it just got slightly absurd with the nuke thing and that stuff. It just got a tiny bit silly. If it was just a tiny bit more grounded, then I'm up at 85-ish.
Well, you just a dirty bomb will do the trick.
No, not so much the nuke thing. Just the fact that like we're doing nukes and we're doing I just seen it a lot of times before.
I thought it was good because he was buying nukes from the start.
I know, yeah.
But more
okay.
Like, you
I
need a trigger. You need
it's a
a
different MacGuffin.
Yeah. Can we not do a nuke?
Yeah.
It's going to blow. Can we just do something else?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just
maybe a laser.
Yeah, great. Sharks with lasers on their head. But that was like the only thing. And it actually, when I say it bothered me, by the time that explosion hits, it's like, fuck yeah, nuke. They should do more movies with nukes. So yeah, I would say it's not like an all-time action movie for me, but it's incredibly serviceable.
Yes.
I would love to come home from the pub and put this on any fucking time.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is for me.
Yeah.
It's a 9 p.m. after a few pints at the pub type thing. I'm going to give this higher than what I came in. I'm going to give it 77.
Wow.
If you disagree with me, then I'll bring my comrades to your favourite holiday destination. I'll gun your family down. I had a hard time writing that
Look
one.
out, Bunker Bay.
Great stuff. Hey, for the mini guys, because
we
of how much we loved Big Dill O'Brien in this,
Big deal.
we're going to do, I'll give you a bit of time, I'll give you a week to think about it. We're going to do top 5 unexpectedly great performances.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Perfect.
You like it? Where someone's kind of a bit out of their element,
Yeah.
but they just fucking nail it.
Okay.
All right?
I'll give it a go.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'll catch you next week. Thanks for
God
listening.
damn, what a
everyone.
rush.
Bye.
I love you more than anything. You marry me?
You wanted to kill them all and then go on killing. Pretty extreme, don't you think?
No, I don't think that's extreme at all. I think people like that deserve to die in the worst ways you can imagine.